I do have to address the GIFs leaders sent me a recording of Ms. Murphy and Mr. Kurtz speaking rather freely, overwhelmingly about GIF business. And I certainly didn't appreciate the way I was discussed in that call. But setting that aside, there was some more concerning stuff in that recording, and I'd like you to elaborate, if you can, on what you meant when you said things like, quote, the ship is going down.
Ship is going down, and he's like, well, COVID's on the rise. Well, again, you're not kidding.
You also discussed fund dissolution and said, quote, we can't do that. We're missing the cash. We're doing what's called bankruptcy. If we get to that point, in all seriousness, it's a bankruptcy. And that stuff sounds like really serious fund business.
Responded to my email, and I thought it was funny. I said, plan a dissolution. We can't do that now.
No, you don't have time for that either.
No, we're missing the cash. If you read the regs, you've got to have cash.
Yeah.
We're doing what's called bankruptcy. If we get to that point, in all seriousness, it's a bankruptcy. And we're not paying pennies on the dollar because we don't have pennies.
You don't have pennies anymore.
And I'd like to understand what the context of those comments was. Can you tell me any more about the possibility of fund dissolution and or bankruptcy for the GIF?
Sorry?
Through the chairman, please.
Yes.
I believe that Mr. Cradaville had sent an email, I believe I was copied on, where he may have asked some of these questions. And in my recollection, the GIF provided a written response to Mr. Cradaville. So, Mr. Chairman, I'd be curious if Mr. Cradaville did see that response, and I'm sure that Mr. Jaffe would be glad to read it in public record if you'd like.
I'm happy to answer that. I did receive a response from Mr. Jaffe. It was woefully deficient and really misleading. It said that, it was disappointing that I posted the conversation on YouTube. It referred to it as a pointless stunt. It said it was juvenile. It said it was cruel for me to do that.
Why not allow Mr. Jaffe just to state it and to fill out the conversation? Yeah. Is that okay?
No. I just told you what it says. If he wants to speak after me, he can. But my point is that the statement did not address in any way fund dissolution, bankruptcy, or the comments that were essentially complaining about me and saying that you, quote, constantly answer the dude.
We need to have a conversation, and maybe it's just the general understanding as to what we think public comment is.
Yeah, we shouldn't be answering questions.
We constantly answer the dude.
Yeah.
So I think we need to just write these numbers down. I think we need to get an understanding of, you know what, if they want to do that, that's fine, but be careful what you wish for.
And accused me of spreading BS.
So a couple of days ago, Charlie, you're telling me you weren't on the site today? That's bullshit.
I don't think that was an appropriate or fair response to the content of that call.
Charlie, your time is up. And I actually
Okay.
gave you 3 minutes, but I appreciate your comments, okay?
I'd appreciate a response. Thank you.
All right. So I believe that we stand by the response that you received in writing, so there would be no further discussion in this section of public comment.
Chairman, I not to belabor the point, but Mr. Cradaville's representation of the comments are his. Maybe allow Mr. Jaffe to read it into record, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, happy to do so.
Go ahead.
We had sent Mr. Cradaville November 4th at 4:50 a quote in response said, "It is disappointing that a member of the public would post a portion of a private casual conversation on YouTube. Such a pointless stunt was juvenile, confusing to the viewer, and cruel to all involved." And it was decided that that would be our only comment regarding Mr. Cradaville's inquiry.